2,100 miles. That sounds something. Does that sound
For
familiar?
those of you who are familiar with the channel, you know that a year
So, like Winston Campbell drove his Army Humvee he bought from California back home to Wichita, Kansas, Missouri, which is still pretty far. But if I was going to go to Wichita, Kansas for a little bit, I would go to drive an extra hour to Waukita, Oklahoma. I mean, if I got paid to make videos for a living, I would have to bring a couple cameras with me, film the whole entire city of Waukita, Oklahoma, and part of Wichita, and part of where Wichita lives over in Winfield, Kansas. So let's watch this. We watch it on media once in a while.
ago, Luke and I flew out to LA to help Nolan from Donut Media on his 52 Imperial and shot a revival video of getting it running for the first time in a number of years. That video was a ton of fun.
7 days ago,
this
this video
video
got uploaded.
really on YouTube. So a year later, when Donut Media calls me up once again for a shoot on one of their own videos this time, I don't hesitate at all. The plan is simple. I'll help them for a week, get back on a plane, and fly back to Iowa. And this seems like a perfect plan, but there's two problems. One, I don't have any transportation while I'm in LA, and two, I won't be filming a video while I'm there, and I have to put something out in December. Of course, me being me, I see an easy solution, and I hop on Facebook Marketplace, which is where I find the 1970 Country Sedan. To say I was taking a risk with this one would be an understatement. According to the ad, I had a 351 Windsor with an FMX, no dents, brand new tires, and low miles. It also had one little last minute mention about there being no reverse. The person who made the listing was actually selling it for someone else, so he didn't have a ton of info on the car, and to say the least, the pictures weren't very helpful either. This thing was a complete shot in the dark, but from what I could see, it looked like it might be a pretty decent car.
It's a cute little car.
It came to a decision-making point. Do I risk it all and drive this thing 1,800 miles home, or do I have Donut give me a return flight and get back in time for Christmas? No problem.
So
I offered the guy $3,000 for the car just to see what would happen, and he hit me back at $3,300. Next thing I knew, I was on a one-way Uber ride driving a Tesla through the mud out in Palmdale, California. Right now, we're surrounded by a number of old wagons. We got this old Dodge here, but the one I'm here for, the one that caught my eye on Marketplace, is this 1970 Country Sedan. I'm still waiting on the guy to get here with the keys, but I have sat in this thing, checked it out. It is super comfortable, which is exactly what I want if I'm driving 1,800 miles home to Iowa. There's a bunch of stuff in the back that hopefully they clean some out. We'll see. We got a little bit of rust down
that's typical of those cars.
A little bit right here in the roof line. But other than that, it looks to be in really good shape.
As long as it runs. Ooh, Airlock.
I believe to be a 351 Windsor. 351 cubic inch Windsor. That is exactly what I want to see. We've got a lot of parts for that. Behind it is a 3-speed FMX. That is something I'm not very familiar with. And supposedly the only issue with this car, no reverse, like I mentioned. I still haven't heard this run. Supposedly it does run and drive, and they said it'll get me to LA, no problem. Just about an hour and 20 from where I am right now. So there's step one. Wait for the guy to get here with the keys, hear it run, make a final decision on buying it, and then drive it straight to LA to Donut Media. Why did I do this? 2 hours later, the guy finally showed up with the keys, and while they were digging for the title, I got to hear the car run for the first time.
Come on, come on, come on. Ugh.
The poor bumps.
It's cute. Probably might have it. Dual exhaust.
That's not great oil pressure. I have to get some heavier oil in there. I have to drive through LA traffic with this. And there's no power steering. Usually I would take more time and fix all this, as you guys know, but I was 2 hours late, which makes me an hour and a half late for being at Donut Media. I was supposed to be there at noon today to help them, but it's already 12:30, and I still have an hour and 15-minute drive through traffic. I haven't even made it to the end of their driveway yet, and there's already a pile of problems that were never mentioned. Top of that list, there's no power steering pump, and there's no oil pressure. If that gauge is accurate, there's no way this car is going to make it to LA. I'm so screwed. Alright, the good news is on the highway I'm going supposedly 15. The bad news is I just went to adjust the mirror and it fell off. It smells a hefty oil leak. It doesn't even smell like burnt oil, it smells like raw oil. I don't know, don't have time. We'll figure it out when we're there.
Don't blow the engine up.
Hopefully have brand new tires. They look new. I just think it was 10 years ago they sat flat. But holy shit. 18 psi, and I forgot to mention, we're like out of gas. It's got no gas in it. We gotta find a gas station. There's one in 2 miles, it looks like.
Buy oil and
12
gasoline.
miles later, we arrived for our first fill up of the trip. This was also the first time I was going to have to figure out how to navigate a parking lot with no reverse. Alright, I gotta find somewhere where I can get gas and get out without having reverse. Or power steering with one hand.
That's your fault.
Good news is it makes no engine noise, so I don't think that gauge is accurate.
I popped the hood and checked the oil.
As a charge
That's what I do.
you can be a competent and dynamic leader who
As a mayor, I pop the hood, pop the bonnet, and see how much oil's in it.
Grand Canyon University's
I've not seen this video yet, so this video looks interesting. I'm going
I
to
figured at this
take a pee real quick and get me water. It's Saturday, so lazy day. I need to upload some stuff later on this week and make some videos that you guys want to watch. Okay, that was surprising to find out.
point, we made it 10 miles, all the bad luck's behind me, but little did I know, it was just getting started. I don't know how this thing is at 210 degrees when it's 40 out. Are you kidding me? Son of a bitch. Oh boy, we do have an oil leak. Also, I think I figured out why there's no power steering. There's no power steering pump. What? Where did it go? And that fuel pump was good too. I might really outdone myself this time. We got the car from Robin Keys since I was only a couple miles away. It's probably one of the most expensive tanks of gas I've ever bought. And maybe the most annoying. Oh, you son of a bitch. So we got a Canadian here in California showing me how to use a gas pump because they're not normal. You gotta press them in.
Yeah, you go press it in with the spring loaded.
That's so stupid. Once she was full, I hopped in the car, verified that our fuel gauge worked, and then checked to see if we had anything at all in reverse gear. It doesn't even drop in gear. Okay. Oh. Yeah. 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 Why does it sound like there's a power steering pump line when there's no power steering pump? Alright. Let's get the hell out of here. Wish me luck. Yeah, I might need to put tires on the list if I want to do anything above 63 on the way home. Oh boy. We got a full tank of gas. Currently 18 psi. When I let off the gas, decel goes up to 20. Do a little charge up, pressure boost, you know, charged by special ability. 21 psi.
You need to know you can fix
I
it.
didn't take the windows off. They're a little leaky. Alright, we got 35 miles left on one of the most stressful rides of my life. The BBC. It's a bit rough in here. This thing leaks so much oil. It's just raw oil smell the whole time.
When you get the donut meat, you can fix it up.
It smells like someone got the donut media, the further it fell away. We were starting to run into the traffic and hills, and the car was not loving it. Ah, boy.
When you get done me, you can fix the car up there.
It's so bad. Anyway, you can see we're coming into some good traffic. What I've done to keep the RPM up, keep the oil pressure at least kind of above zero. I'm throwing the car down into second gear. Should give us a little more RPM and help keep that fan moving and keep that oil pump moving. All right, we're off the highway. What happens if I let off the gas? Back on it, back on it.
0.
Throw a rod in your Randy's Donuts. I got nothing left on the gauge. But she's here.
Take your donut media, get it fixed.
Against all odds. That makes me rad. Just, it's also huge. It's also no reverse, so I'm just gonna pull up next to everyone and be in the way. We'll push you out. As soon as I parked, Nolan grabbed an oil pan so we didn't make a mess all over the driveway, which is when he saw this.
Oh, Kevin.
What do you mean, oh, Kevin?
Oh. I thought my car was dirty underneath.
Hey, you know what? That means there's no rust. Factory paint under that.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So, okay, it's on just that side, right?
Yeah.
The side's clean.
Yeah.
Engine rotation is clockwise, I believe.
Yep.
That means the bottom of our front main is leaking and swinging it all over there.
Yeah.
Environmental disaster over here.
Fire fix the damn thing!
It's dripping off the control arm?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. Wow.
That's new.
That's about Kevin out. He can ruin all the concrete. It's dripping out of the valve covers too.
Right next to the...
Survey says 1 quart. Sure as shit, he was right. Well, this can sit here for now until we gotta push it out of our way.
Yeah.
Wanna fix one of your cars?
Let's do it.
Hell yes. Alright, it's the end of day 1 helping on the unmentioned vehicle that we're working on. How would they possibly know which car it is?
I don't know.
I found myself in a pickle. We had to move the car at one point, and it is now here.
Well, we'll push you back. You can use the
Bring it
forward,
forward.
bring it forward, angle it, then push back again.
All the way out onto the road.
What's some kind of candy?
This is fine. I gotta make friends every time.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a little heavy.
Don't hit the... Don't.
Problematic throughout the week.
It's a beautiful car. It just needs repairs. No gas. It needs an oil change.
Big time pro tip from big time YouTubers. Buy a car, make sure it has reverse. Not having reverse is very inconvenient. Actually, not too bad. You made it.
All right. Now we take it to the hotel, and then it's the valet's problem, not mine. No dash lights. Fun. One good thing about it being dark out, I can't see the oil pressure gauge, which means I can't be bothered by it. All right, so I just reached down to see if I could get the high beams to cycle because I think they're just stuck on. And I noticed the parking brake was in the way. So I pressed it, and it wouldn't move. So I pulled the release lever, and it flipped back up. Someone put the frickin' parking brake on this thing. It wasn't on strong enough to stop the car at all, but it was on enough just to rub a little. The brake pedal feels a lot better now. It feels like a normal brake pedal. On the way back to the hotel, I stopped for some tacos and then took a moment to put some more Lucas in the engine to replenish that missing quart of oil. Good luck, little buddy. Oh, that's thick. If that doesn't help, I don't know what will.
If you buy a car, make sure you get a proper car.
Finish what we started.
I mean, I wouldn't mind having one of those, but it had to be a proper one. Oh, whoa, 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 that thing's going high, over 20%.
Oh ho ho! Now instead of 0 psi, I have 2. It's salvageable. She gets nuts. And under load, it makes no noise, which is usually where knocking occurs is under load. So this is either one of those engines that lives for 15 years on 0 psi, or that gauge has something going on with it, where the gauge is wrong, or the feed to it is kinked, or the engine's too gummed up to properly supply the oil line with the same pressure that the crank is seeing. I don't I don't know. A half a mile later, aka 12 minutes, I made it to the hotel and may have gotten a little bit lost. Oh, shit!
Roundabouts are stupid!
Steering! I don't think I took the right turn. Son of a bitch. Oh, thank God I can get through. Okay. Oh, not that pedal. Not that pedal. If this is the parking, the valets are so screwed. There's no spots you can drive straight through. But then again, that's not quite my problem. As I pulled up to the valet, he walked over to the car and I said, I gotta warn you, this thing, and he interrupted me saying, let me guess, it's a...
Death trap?
I don't know about the screaming part. The death trap, you definitely got that. It doesn't have reverse. Wow. Do you have any spots you can pull clean through?
We have one at the top. I'll just move the cones. That way, I'll just park it head in, and we'll get out.
But I thought this from Palmdale, drove it all the way down miraculously.
Wow. Okay. And where you headed to after?
Iowa.
Oh, you're driving it to Iowa? That's gonna take. Oh, all right. I'll just leave it right there for
Just
you.
gonna leave it there all day?
Yeah, just because I don't want to mess with it.
I can't blame you there.
Yeah, so we're gonna leave it right there. Till tomorrow when you come back down, just
VIP shitbox status.
yeah, more than VIP. VIP is right here to the right. So
The next 4 days in LA with the same tune again and again. Wake up, hop in the car, drive across LA with no oil pressure, buy donuts at Randy's Donuts, go to Donut Media, work all day, leave Donut Media, drive across LA with no oil pressure, go back to the hotel, again and again and again. Eventually it was Friday evening, my work at Donut Media was done, I said goodbye to Nolan. Hey, aren't you that guy from YouTube?
He's doing a bust!
Hey, man. Thanks again. And then drove to the valet one last time. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my last day in LA.
I'd get
My
going.
work at Donut Media is done. That video will be out in January. Like I said, it's going to be absolutely awesome. I'm so excited for you guys to see this. And that means that it's time for me to take this car down to San Diego and prep it for the drive all the way back to Iowa. Step one, I actually need to get back out and put some more Lucas in this thing, and then we can hit the road. There you go, little buddy. I honestly can't believe you're still alive at all. But,
I get that thing serviced. I can do better, put a new battery in it.
Right to life. This thing's starting to run better and better. The odometer leaving the hotel is 135,265. At this point, I'm honestly not too scared of this thing. If it survived 5 days of driving around in LA and stopping at freaking stop signs all the time and stoplights for 20 minutes with no pressure while it sits there and idles, I think it'll survive.
I think with him getting it running,
just fine.
who knows, maybe the oil pressure gauge works now properly because you're leaving.
Getting on the old 405.
I think with him working on all those,
Haven't felt that for a few days.
maybe since you fit,
125 miles. Do it. Removed the oil additive in the engine, our oil pressure was holding pretty consistent at about 18 psi on the highway. And speaking of consistent, my rear tires, I'm convinced, were squares. Eventually, I had a turn, which was a good chance to see if I had any oil pressure at all. Is it on the peg? It's off the peg.
get one.
There's presence of oil. I don't know how this is even possible, honestly. I should have died so long ago. Alright, this way to San Diego. I've been to Cali twice now. Once last year when we worked on Nolan's Imperial, and once this year when you'll see it. Both times I never really left LA, so this is fun to go out and explore and see what California actually has to offer. Yeah, and I get a coast all the way down this hill, which means we get a bunch of pressure. Woo!
It's going on thing number 20.
It's the ocean.
Wait, how high does that? How high does that oil pressure gauge go up to? Is my question.
Is it on?
Okay, the oil pressure gauge starts at 0 and goes to 100. Right now it's peg number 20. It's at 20.
It's off the peg, so there's presence of oil.
With him working on it and make it run,
How this is even possible, honestly. I should have died so long ago.
since you're driving it, I think whoever was probably got fixed.
I've been to Cali twice now. Once last year when we worked on Nolan's Imperial, and once this year when you'll see it. Both times I
Has it came out yet?
left
You think it
LA,
came out?
so
I don't think so.
This is fun to go out and explore and see what California actually has to offer. Yeah, and I get a coast all the way down this hill, which means we get a bunch of pressure.
Yeah, over 20.
Holy shit, look at that. It's the ocean. What do you mean they got problems with the water out here? There's a whole pile of it right there. About 30 minutes out of of San Diego, Google informed me that there's a 30-minute delay in traffic, and I was getting low on gas. So I decided to pull off and try a side road. I just screwed up. I got off the highway to go around some shit, and I think I just drove into Camp Pendleton. Thankfully, I do have military ID. Let's see if this works. And just like that, my extremely expired cat card just got me into Camp Pendleton, apparently. Let's go see what a Marine base is about. So I may have added a couple minutes to my overall route, but two things. One, I can get fuel, and two, I can stay moving the whole time. I don't have to sit and stand still traffic for what was looking to be about 25 minutes. That would have been hell. This thing would have overheated, probably got the oil real thin, and died. Here, I'm doing 50 mile an hour through some awesome roads. Like, look at this. I guess 6 years in the Army is finally paying off. Oh, hey.
He's a Camp Pendleton! I can't believe it. He went to Camp Pendleton?
Are you okay? I need to get out of a toxic relationship.
So he's in Camp Pendleton. That'd be pretty cool.
Hey, there's the gas station.
Your destination is on the right.
Way to ruin it. I was gonna act like I found it on my own. Thanks, phone. Let's swing this bitch around and get her filled up. Get ourselves a full tank. I think I'm gonna go over there and get ourselves some air in the front tires, because I never did that. Oh, it's freaking broken. Never mind. What the fuck? Oh.
That's neat.
California. I suppose. Alright, well, never mind. Back on the road. After a quick fill-up, it was back on the road enjoying the awesome scenic view through Camp Pendleton until I saw a sign that caught my interest. I had to turn around and go check it out. It turns out this was an area for people stationed on base to come rent tools and workspaces and work on their cars. I thought this was a really cool concept. I'd never seen it on any other military base, and of course I'm going to walk around and check out all the cars. Which is where I met this guy. Alright, so I wondered if this would happen. I walked up to this guy's car. This is Adam. And he's like, "Are you Kevin from Junkyard Digs?" I'm like, "I am." "So what are you doing here, sir? What do we got?"
So, yeah, 1964 Cadillac, the Series 62. California car, bought up in Fullerton by LA. Rebuilt the engine a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And then now, I got air ride suspension sitting in the passenger seat there. More than the car's worth, but, you know.
I know all about that. Well, this is too cool.
Yeah, well, make something fun.
I think you will succeed on your quest of doing that. Well, hey, it was great meeting you.
Absolutely.
Good luck to you.
Yeah.
Well, that was really random and fun. Got to meet a fan and see some cool cars.
And what you're driving's
A
awesome.
little on me. All right, 40 minutes of Craig's. Back on the road. A shrubbery? Who's at the shrubbery? Look, it's for sale. They have the strawberries. I demand a strawberry.
Don't buy a Chevrolet, especially not from California. Get us for pot.
Beautiful and fun. I definitely need to come out to Cali and just drive sometime. Alright, I don't want to show too much because I don't want to give away Craig's location of his new shop, but we're almost there. I think I'm in the right area. Just maybe. He would probably help you reverse you on the I was just like, oh, let me just spin around right here and pull in because I drove past the door. Go on, Craig, give her hell.
Give them hell.
Stop this thing and let me go to her. At least it rolls easy. And now the whole no power steering thing. How are you?
I am just dandy, sir.
Are you
Nice
ready
to see you again.
to change that?
Give them
You
hell.
guys haven't recognized this guy yet. This is Craig, the Craig 909
Howdy.
on the YouTube. He does a whole bunch of Ford stuff. Also pretty close to LA, a couple hours down here in San Diego. And more importantly than all that, he has a shop.
Upgrades, people!
Upgrades.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, has this even been
No, so
Announced?
as of right now, no, yeah. So you can see this is like technically my area. That's not even done yet. I don't have a wall yet. So we're still working on my side. But yeah,
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
we're getting into a good space with my buddy Artine over there. And we got a whole little shop space going. It's pretty cool. So
sweet?
we're not building cars in the mud anymore.
That's no fun.
Yeah.
Man, when I tell you, I got in this thing, turned the key, and drove for a week, and I haven't touched a bolt. I mean, I haven't touched a bolt.
I've been waiting for the phone call like, hey, I'm actually screwed.
I've been
it
waiting
just
to make
threw
the
a
phone
rod.
call.
Yeah.
Somehow it's just fine. I don't understand if they've got something going on with this line, or if there's a kink in it somewhere. Or the gauge maybe went bad, but there's no way this should still be alive.
Oh wow! What in the hell? You think it put a drip pan and you can cover the other side? No, we gotta cover. Dude, there's more on the control arm.
The floor is dripping back there.
Oh my god! I've never seen that much oil on the control arm before.
Damn!
Dude, you better hope you never have to do like a coilover conversion or
Wait,
whatever.
it'll be the easiest one I ever have to do.
I was gonna say all the bolts are already broke loose. That's for damn sure. You could drive straight through a salt storm and this thing, the whole left passenger side of the car is good. Oh my gosh.
The front main leaks so bad that the brakes pull to the left.
That I can definitely believe. Wow.
After a bit of inspection, trying to determine exactly what our leak was instead of just loading the parts cannon, we decided we had no idea what the hell we were looking at, so we took the car down to the car wash with a few cans to degreaser.
Damn, boy!
Yeah, you go get the good angles. There you go. Yeah, look at that. He really is doing just the whole thing.
Oh yeah, I don't want this shit all over me.
Damn, the car. Oh crap, the car is on fire. It's smoking. Water on the carburetor is not good, is it? So that's the fuel pump.
Basically a full detail, like people pay hundreds of dollars for that.
They're going to do it for a buck.
The alternator just got installed.
Oh, that ucky grease.
After a good rinse down, the engine bay was looking better than ever, and it was time to head back to the shop. Alright, let's see if this sucker starts. I wonder which ignition component got wet.
All of it. I was gonna say maybe just pump it 300 times. Your coil ain't doing anything. See if I can film this without shocking the crap out of myself.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. That's weird. That doesn't make any sense.
Is our cap wet?
I was gonna say, you wanna pop the cap off?
Mark out the coil.
Oh, there's definitely some
Oh,
water
yep,
in there.
there it is. There's moisture up there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, where'd that rag go?
You mean the one that's in my hand?
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah, there you go. Blow on it.
Alright, to life, you.
Oh, that's it. Sheesh, look at that. Oh, she's mad. What a sweetheart. You watch the oil pressure jump up there?
So like
8 pounds and it rose like perfectly.
yeah, it makes no noise up here. You used that lifter stick and it's gone.
There's no physical way those lifters are less than 8 pounds. They would rattle like crazy.
Oh shit, there's a Jeep there.
Oh, I gotta push you now, damn it.
Craig, go! Having no reverse isn't that bad. You just need friends.
What's good about this reverse is it always works. Want me to help you turn it?
Honestly, having no reverse hasn't been that big of a hindrance to me.
Yeah. Well,
Around me?
I was gonna say, especially when you're not the one getting out.
Alright, let's get this back to the shop, see if we can identify a leak, see if we can figure out our pressure ordeal,
Yeah.
and get her fixed. Yes, sir.
Well, you driving it, fix the problem. I'm driving it.
Got a hologram just to give him compliments.
Your hairline is perfect.
Nah.
How's the party? What you doing?
Wait, how the dude driving around? I think the pressure got fixed. With him driving it, the pressure got fixed a little bit.
Oh, that right there's an active drip, and it is under the front main. Now that we knew where the leak was from, we threw on a new oil pressure gauge, hoping that this one would magically read way higher. To say the least, I was still very nervous about driving this car 1,800 miles home.
So he's gonna start it, and I'm gonna tell you that it makes 45 pounds of oil pressure.
Good.
And then we're gonna shut the hood, and we're gonna go on with our day.
Over. You were saying?
Even Even after cracking the fitting at the gauge to release any pressure built up by air in the line, the oil took so long to move up the hose the camera's SD card got full. I had time to take it from Craig, delete some files, turn it back on, and hand it to him, and easily catch the last foot of line.
Okay, found the issue. Taking an oil pump. Has nothing to do with bearings at this point.
Do you think so? How is that possible?
Yeah, listen to it.
It's perfectly quiet.
It's a 0 on the gauge.
A little lifted down. No, it's fine. It's just making 20 now. I don't understand.
18 pounds of pressure with the new oil gauge.
How is it alive?
Running on hopes and dreams.
Is it gonna live forever and I drive 1,800 miles home to Iowa? Or am I gonna be stranded in the middle of New Mexico, 600 miles from a parts store?
Probably.
Probably. Yeah, if it wasn't like, drive through Arizona, New Mexico, I'd be a little less concerned about this, but it is, so.
That's future Kevin's problem.
It happens to be that I'm also future Kevin. I know who gets to play that role.
I can't. I just can't have nice things.
Oops. We stood around and stressed about rebuilding the engine for a little bit before deciding that the best course of action for right now was to just go ahead and clean out the back of the car.
Alright, what's the status, Craig? Dude, I'm looking at the box back here. I noticed immediately the box in the corner, and I was like, dude, that's a carpet kit, because I can tell just by the logo, because I've gotten those carpet kits before. And I'm like, open the box, and I'm like, yeah, I might explain some things, because nobody just carries around, like, was that 2 gallons worth of 2050?
It's already 2050.
Yeah.
Still got some valve covers.
Oh, dude, those are nice. Oh, nice. Whoa, electric jack.
Electric scissor jack.
Never fancy.
We just found a bag full of Crocs in the car.
These look like something your dad.
They're kind of nice.
Californians immediately just lost their shit.
No, dude, this man saw the Crocs and his face lit up like it was the most
It was
amazing
so
thing.
pull another pair out. Let's see what I think of those.
We got more.
So
Dude,
you're
these
wearing-
are like, look at these.
Dude, those are
God, hell, oh shit. Wake leather.
Oh, they're
Stitchy.
straps.
Oh, shit.
Here.
Oh.
Damn, dude.
Man.
He's putting them on immediately.
I'm gonna see how fast I am.
Howtobeanasshole.net. Damn, son!
I said they were pretty good.
Yeah, alright. I'm glad that the Crocs went to a good home. I thought they were going straight in the trash.
Thank you for the cross.
You're welcome.
That's kind of cool. So, Merced, 4 hours north of here, in the middle of the valley. And then, I don't know what Razai? Hey, you know foreign words, what's this?
Merced?
The bottom part.
Razai. Is that an H? That's an R.
Razari. Was this the original California car?
I'm assuming.
Because that would be, I wouldn't surprise me if these are the actual dealer plates from Merced where it was sold.
It does have the flip-up back seat.
Present?
You gotta.
Oh, my God. We gotta clean this out. We gotta see that. Oh, I thought it was seats. It's like trunk
What
storage
is,
space.
dude, your AC compressor.
There it is.
It's like all taped up, too.
Oh, that's the air cleaner. Cool, that's there, but dang it, I was kind of hoping to see seats.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
So is that seat full flat in a truck bed?
Then technically,
Yeah, it lays down like a Mustang.
oh shit, yeah, all the way to the front seat.
I could haul lumber in this thing.
Muy fragile.
Oh my God. She is donezo. Holy crap. At that point, our brains were pretty much done for the day, so we called it a night to get an early start the next morning.
The dash
Good morning,
is
everyone. It is the next day.
The dash is
I did a hard
fucked.
day. Finish up everything on this car, so by tomorrow morning, I'm on the road. Step one, as you can see, I've got the dash torn apart. Been trying to get the gauge cluster lights to work, and I have had no success whatsoever. So at this point, I'm completely over that, and we're going on to plan B for the lights, which is this right here. It sounds dumb, but it'll work. Oh, also, fun fact, you ever buy one of these, you get a lifetime supply of these little cell batteries. Holy crap. Suddenly, maybe this thing doesn't hate me so much. I was able to get the rheostat to work, which means I can crank that way down. Shows in the bottom right there. I put my faceplate back on. You see, it makes a good difference. Actually did this in Le Mans. I took some AutoZone little stick-on like under dash lights and stuck one to each gauge. It's way easier than trying to get everything on the backside to work. Alright, so it's been a little bit and we have some progress made. First of all, I got rid of the tint strip that ran across the whole top, so now I can see out of my windshield. And second of all, the dash is back together with working dash lights. And I wired up the lights in our oil pressure and water gauge. I also found a loose vacuum line and hooked it up that runs a blend door of some sort. So maybe our HVAC will not just be stuck on the frost, but probably not. We'll see. Alright, fast forward in time. I have all the pulleys off. Time to get this harmonic out of here. A little tricky to get out despite being such a big car. It's kind of a tight engine bay.
Yeah.
There's like a catch your nail groove right there from riding on rubber. Maybe this is a 235,000 mile car. I can't wait to get my phone down there and see what that looks like with a flashlight. So, alright, moment of truth.
Ooh.
Wait, is there even a seal? Probably not. Oh, wait, did these go in from the back? Did I screw up? Did these seals go in from the front or the rear? I swear it's the front. After seeing we would have to take the entire timing cover off, we decided to start with the valve covers.
Yeah,
to see if
eat cheeseburger in the background like an idiot.
If, like we suspected, this engine might be completely gummed up with crap, and it's not even worth messing with. Do you think it's 135 or 235? This side?
397,400.
Holy.
Damn.
Super Sweeper dry cloth, scrap dust and hair, and lock it away. Better than the broom. Love it or your money back.
Hey.
Have you seen kitties out back?
Yeah, I fed him already. Yeah.
Jesus.
I think I did.
There's so much
I gave him some heart stuff earlier.
There's an active puddle of oil that didn't drain.
Oh,
There it is. That's pretty thick.
dude. Look at that. It's like solid. It doesn't
I think I
even.
know why there's no oil pressure.
Yeah, I don't think so. That's.
Probably on a pump.
Whoa, look at that. Look at that.
Holy
Wait,
shit!
there's more. Look at it. If I put my hand in there.
Oh my lord.
God.
Drop it outside of the motor.
Oh, wait, look. Yeah, look at your oil drain's plugged right there in the corner.
Is it really?
Yeah, look. Here, I'll unplug it for you like a toilet plunger. Oh.
Oh wow, that's bad.
Oh, yeah, dude. Look at that.
I don't think you ever changed it at all.
You never gave me an answer.
Wasn't it one of those just add oil kind of cars?
Yes, it
It
was.
was an add oil car.
This was
Okay.
not oil carburetor.
Ew, that's just
That's
gross.
what you get.
Let's see what the PCV side looks like. Sick.
Oh, my Lanta.
Holy shit, dude.
How is that thing even running?
Pile
Of shit.
Pile of bullshit right there. Is that the seal?
I don't know if that's is that the valve cover gasket?
It looks like the gasket.
Yeah, that's the gasket.
Okay, that's,
Wait, that's like an old gasket, though.
but the gasket's still there.
Dude,
Oh,
I have never seen one that bad. These drains are just completely clogged, dude.
that is the dirtiest motor I've ever seen. Look at that.
I've seen engines. That's
I
just.
don't want to go through all this shit to take off a valve cover and do all that work for an engine just going straight in the scrap pile.
If the valve cover looks like that, your timing chain looks even better.
I don't want to know.
Kind of the position where I would just say leave the undercoating for the snow and just keep putting oil in it.
Alright, let's vacuum out the freaking valve train, put this thing back together, buy some tires tomorrow morning, and get me the hell out of here because there are snowstorms on the rise.
I think it'll be fine.
Gotta get the corn in. The snow is on the horizon. Oh no. Man, you guys got some interesting stuff.
A mug?
What is this?
So this is a mini moke.
Oh, I heard of those.
Mini moke. It's the same as the early classic minis, but
I was
different.
gonna say, that looks familiar.
For as light as it is, it moves pretty good.
That is hilarious. Right hand drive?
Yeah,
I've never driven a right hand drive anything.
Oh, this is gonna be colorful.
Can we take this for a rip?
Oh yeah.
Don't screw your ass. Don't get your ass.
Like a latex gloves, like 3 sizes too small, huh?
Look at my feet. This is ridiculous.
Whatever gear you're in, you ain't going any further over.
See, here's the problem with me and other people. Is all of my height is in my legs. And this is every time I try to drive something small. It's just knees, steering wheel. Everything up here is fine.
We're gonna be best friends. We're shoulder to shoulder, and there's a harness in my butt crack. This feels really good. Oh god.
Is that reverse?
She's got pep in her step.
How do I do this with the clutch?
Foot back. You gotta like put your heel way back.
Left leg kind of up.
Oh, wipe your nut.
Ow. Yep. Best case scenario, we get T-boned, so I don't have to get out of this. I'm dead before that.
Yeah, true. That Kia steering wheel ratio is pretty dang. It's really cool. Nice little ripper. Yeah, dude.
That's pretty.
Ripper.
It's like a super long, it's like a truck throw.
Yeah.
The shifting. This will be an autocross machine.
Dude, honestly.
Whoa. Here's a second. Nice.
One.
I don't think I can press the clutch down all the way.
Yeah, it's. You have to put one. I think it's just the ground.
It's cute.
Great.
This is something.
Is this something, huh?
This is, I don't know what. If the cops chase us, we just take a sidewalk.
Yeah, but it's a golf cart, I promise. So. Yeah, if you're grabbing gears or something, you're doing right-hand drive. That's pretty good.
It's the same, but backwards.
Yeah, it's same but different.
We should go down there.
Oh, that would be some Ken Block stuff, wouldn't it?
The thing that keeps screwing up is they go for the blinker and it's on the other side.
Yeah, that's the British. On the other side, everything's split.
They still on the rule like idiot.
Yeah, get those turn signals.
Right down.
Dude, we should put it in a Carvana vending machine.
Oh, there we go. I don't know what that was.
Rebel tax, mate.
Not windy in here. No, it's like surprising. I was like, dude, we're gonna freeze, but it's worth it. You got it.
I'm totally comfortable.
Yeah, not bad.
I'll take this.
Yeah, be great.
After playing around for a bit with the mope, we went back to work, resealed our valve covers, reinstalled our harmonic balancer, and finished things up for the night with the car ready for a trip to the tire store first thing tomorrow morning.
Not a drop.
Shit.
Did you know that in 2020 there were over 5 million car accidents? And statistically speaking, there is a lot of people that were injured in those car accidents. Now, unfortunately, for a lot of them, they will not receive the compensation from insurance companies that they deserve, which is where the sponsor of today's video is here to help. Today's video is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's
Eminem.
largest injury law firm. With over 800
I have
attorneys
K&K.
in 49 states, Morgan & Morgan has recovered more than sign-up fees, all the paperwork, research, expert witnesses, negotiations, court hearings, all of that is free unless they win your case. People are often afraid to sue after an injury because they feel bad that they're targeting an individual. Well, in reality, you're not suing an individual, you're suing an insurance company who is sitting on billions and billions of dollars. And there's no reason that you should feel
I have
bad for
D&D.
getting the compensation you deserve.
Right, that's a script.
Morgan & Morgan has attorneys who focus on every aspect of
No, I
personal
don't.
injury law.
Not in my area.
Car crash, slips and falls, workplace injury, medical malpractice, nursing home
3 years
abuse,
ago.
the list goes on, but the point is Morgan & Morgan has your back in your time of need. So remember, if you're ever injured in an accident and you believe you justly deserve compensation,
Not available in
check out
Florida.
Morgan and Morgan. Their fee is free.
Not available in Florida.
People.com/junkyard or dial pound law. That's pound LAW or pound 529 from your cell phone. From us here at Junkyard Digs, I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. I wish you a happy New Year's. And remember, be smart out there, be safe, and don't ruin stuff for other people. Alright, let's get back to the video. Alright.
When you live with moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis, your day can be full of reminders of your condition. You weren't made for UC or Crohn's, but Entyvio is. In clinical trial.
Hey, good morning, folks. Today is Tuesday back. The bar is closed back home Monday, December 19th at that, which means that this hopefully doesn't turn into an episode of Trains, Planes, and Automobiles, but I do have to get this thing all the way home in time for Christmas at this point. This morning, I'm going to head down to a local speed shop, check that thing out, and get some tires while I'm there. On the road again. We got 23 miles to the speed shop. And with that, I confidently hit the highway on this beautiful California morning, sure that nothing could go wrong in only 23 miles. Son of a bitch! Oh, damn it. Well, let that be a lesson to always check your hood latch. Thankfully, I didn't hit the cowl, fenders, roof, windshield. Just the hood. Even the hinges survived. That sucks, though. But I'll be able to find a hood. All right, here we are, rolling into town. 0 PSI. As is tradition, it's going to be the most stressful drive home ever. And now we don't even have a super straight car to bring home. Because it needs a hood. I should have just flown back. All right, we're here. Let's get some tires on this thing. While the guys down at JVA worked on switching out the tires on the wagon, I decided to start poking around at some of the awesome cars they had sitting in the back. These guys were clearly big Ford fans and had some awesome Fords sitting back there, as well as a couple of oddballs such as this Cutlass. Up front, they had an incredible display of aftermarket parts. It seems like they had one of everything to include some of the weirdest 302 intakes I've ever seen. Huge thanks to the guys down at JVA and Meltdown Tires for hooking us up with a used set of Mickeys. In no time at all, they were on the car, and I was ready to hit the road. You know what comes next? Start pushing.
Oh, yeah, that's why you brought me down here.
Go, Craig, go. Well, that's that, I guess.
Yeah.
We didn't really fix much.
We put chrome on it.
We put chrome on it.
Chrome will get you home, right?
I pray to God.
Yeah.
Craig, thank you for your help.
Anytime, brother.
Go and check out his channel, The Craig 909,
Yes,
right
sir.
here on YouTube.
I just got a shot. We're gonna be doing fun stuff now.
Yeah, it is.
Even better.
Oh, hell.
Safe travels, buddy.
Thank you much, sir.
See you on the other side.
Let's do it. All right, well, that's it. We've got tires, and that's the last piece we need.
Yeah,
before
what
we
tires
go
is that
home.
for?
With that being said,
Okay, we're halfway done.
we finally start our 1,800-mile journey home.
Head northwest toward Kearney Villa Road.
Oh, it doesn't even give me hours. It starts with a day. This is gonna be rough. Let's get it done. Seems smoother. So we're gonna start shaking. Let's see. 65 and it's dead smooth. Hell yes. Thank you, JP.
You're a pusher.
Good job. You guys are awesome. You did a great job. And with that, I cranked up the tunes, put the pedal down, and started heading east. Our temps were good. Our oil pressure was, well, pressure. And
18.
seems like we were going to be okay for a little bit. Keywords there were a little bit. It wasn't a couple minutes later until I ran into some hills and we started getting warm and losing pressure. Thankfully, I had some beautiful views to distract me from the lack of oil pressure the car was making. I definitely want to come out here again with a good car and drive all these roads someday. Once I was out of the hills, the temp came down and our pressure came back. There's our first hour down on the drive home. The pressure's kind of been all over the place. Still driving smooth as hell. A lot better with some air in the rear shocks. Wow. 6%, next 7 miles. Oh shit, that's traffic. Stop.
Dang!
Oh, I'm so screwed. I don't have the oil pressure for this. Well, good thing this is a comfortable car. Pick me up when I'm home. A couple minutes later, we started moving just as sudden as we had stopped. 2,000-foot elevation. Moving once again. 100 miles out of San Diego, I found myself traveling through an agricultural river basin and decided it was probably time to stop to check the oil and get some gas. And do this without reverse once again. Alright, fill her up. Choose a quart low on 100 miles. Every 100 miles, I'm going to throw another quart in there, so. Good luck there. 100 miles. Back on the road. Get some RPM in so we can get some pressure going. As you can see, it's not. Alright. Oh, we have to go 480.
Continue on I-80 for 171 miles.
Oh, that's a number of miles. As I made my way out of the river basin and toward some sand dunes, I saw a large, dark object on the horizon south of me. It took me a moment, but then I realized what I was looking at. That is the border wall between Mexico and America. I've never seen that before.
We're gonna build a
Some
wall.
massive sand dunes that look super fun to go ride on. They're everywhere. It's like Silver Lake, but giant. After marveling at those, I continued on to Yuma, Arizona. What? Arizona!
Welcome to Arizona.
From Yuma, I continued east through Arizona towards Phoenix. I drove past some signs with some rather questionable phrasing, drove through more beautiful curvy mountain passes, and of course upset our oil pressure once again. But this time it was different. This time it wasn't coming back. You notice my oil pressure is kind of dipped, not returned, and it kind of sounds like I hear some bottom end noise. Yeah, even on full diesel, I'm not getting any pressure back. A couple miles later, the rattles in the engine were getting so bad I had to pull off and check it out. Well, she ain't knocking down low still, so I don't know what the hell is going on. point, I figured this thing was done for, so I started looking for options. It was over $2,500 to rent a U-Haul, plus the cost of the trailer that this car wouldn't fit on to haul it all the way back to Iowa, or $2,000 to ship it home, plus an $800 plane ticket to get my ass home. Believe it or not, I hated both of those options because of the price tag, and I wasn't sure what to do. What I was sure of, however, was that I had family in Phoenix, an hour and a half down the road, and a half a gallon of Lucas additive left. We might make it to Phoenix. There's no way in hell it makes it home. I need to keep moving while the sun's still out for the next 4 minutes, so that when this thing blows up on the side of the road, I at least made it most of the way in the daylight. 116 miles. My God. This is going to be painful to watch.
Whoa!
I don't believe that for a second, but we'll see what happens. A couple miles and he's still alive. Like, how good did it? I do not understand what's happening right now. I was sure that a motor was about to throw her
I'd die. I'd pull.
the next 3 miles.
I should stop in Phoenix.
What the hell? Our special ability recharge where I let off the gas and the oil pressure comes back as it turns. What did I just, was I low on oil? Maybe I don't need to go to Phoenix. Maybe I keep driving home. I don't know. As I approached 260 miles since San Diego, our oil pressure was seemingly still holding good. With that, the sun started to set, and I continued towards Phoenix, Arizona. Alright, I think we're getting close to the Phoenix area. The sky's right over there. We've done over 300 miles now. Our oil pressure is the most consistent it's been since I literally bought the car. So I don't know what it's about. The engine temp is cooler because it's going off on the side, so that will help. We'll keep her going. I'm going to stop at O'Reilly's and get some more motor honey, and probably get her some drink and then go back on the road.
I'll stop in.
Monster spill? Bounty. The quicker picker up.
And there it is. I'm going to run and get some goo. We'll get back on the road. Alright, we got another quart of 2050 and started our second jug of 3 that I now have. We have 22 hours and 22 minutes remaining. And I think he goes out to the kid who worked out O'Reilly's to recognize me and said he's watched our channel for a long time. You rock. Alright, let's get back on the road. After O'Reilly's, I stopped for fuel. Oh my gosh, finally, normal gas nozzles. And then saw some troubling news on my phone.
Yes, the rumors are true. This
Why?
is going to be the coldest Christmas in decades for millions of people across
Yep,
the U.S.
it was.
Some of the coldest air on the entire planet from around Siberia has slipped through the jet stream, and it's currently falling across Canada and headed right towards the central and eastern U.S. And this is going to bring wind chills to 50 to 60 degrees below zero in portions of Nebraska.
That's where I'm driving. Yeah, this is why I'm racing home. I need to beat that, and it's supposed to be here Wednesday. It's either 7 or 8 p.m. I don't know what time zone I'm in on the 19th right now, which gives me 2 days to get home. I'd like to make it somewhere near Albuquerque tonight. That's still 7.5 hours from where I am, in the same town the O'Reilly's is in. Have I even made it to Phoenix yet? Holy shit, okay. No, I'm driving. I'll talk to you later. From there, I put the hammer down and made it through Phoenix towards Albuquerque. All right. It's been a little while longer, and we are looking at, you can't see it unless I hit this button. Huzzah! We're at 400 miles for today. That's pretty good. A couple hundred more would be awesome. We'll see. It is getting a little cold in here, so I should stop and find some tape for these windows at the next oil fill-up. Been 50 miles. Found a spot to pull off and check our oil, and we were 2 quarts low, so 2 more quarts in there. In the meantime, it is cold outside now, and I gotta get this heater working better, because, yeah, it's stuck on the frost, but it's not really moving any heat. It's just like the presence of blowing air, and I'm getting a little cold inside. That's proof. And those are the things.
Hey, baby.
My heater core hoses are hot, which means I'm hitting heat. It's either this Blendor or this little doodad. It's probably not this guy. I'm thinking it's this Blendor. So let me see if I can find something to tie him open. I think. Flop, a classic window. You know how he'd be. Oh, dude, perfect. There's string.
Bowling wire.
Alright, got that Blendor tied open. Let's see if that makes a difference. The biggest difference would be getting this damn window to close. It just keeps falling open. I want to say it's a little warmer. I really don't know. Whatever. Alright, back on the road. From there, I continued north through the Tonto National Forest and towards the Sitgreaves National Forest. If you've never driven this route through Arizona, just know it's very weird because it goes from deserts to northern Minnesota in like 40 miles. That is snow piled up against the road. Oh shit. I guess the good news about seeing snow is that if I break down, I can build an igloo. Alright,
Build
I've
an
been
igloo.
climbing this hill for what seems like an eternity. It's been at least 10 minutes. And it's
Sorry,
snowing.
too.
I don't even see it, but oh. Our pressure's down to like 3. I pray to God this is downhill soon. And I need to stop and put more Lucas in already. Holy cow. But I'll tell you what, kids. I sure am cold. And stupid. Cold and stupid, I've decided. There's a stupid idea, and it's cold. Eventually, the hills stopped as I approached the deserts of New Mexico. As the outside temperatures started to get colder and colder, our engine temperatures finally mellowed out, being on level ground, and we regained some oil pressure. Somewhere around 1 a.m., I found myself in the Petrified National Forest and decided I was just too cold and too tired, and it was time to stop. Good job, you crazy tired son of a bitch. Good job. Morning, everyone. Today I'm wearing 2 sweatshirts and my pajama pants under my normal pants. Priority 1 today is fix the heater. Priority 2 is drive home as fast as we can, as I'd like to make it to Kansas City by this evening, which is 15 hours away. That's 15 hours of nonstop driving, which this car can't do. It can do, an hour and a half of driving, and then I gotta put oil in. That shit adds up. Come on, you son of a bitch. 6 a.m. I don't have time for your shit right now. By the way, it was 16 degrees out this morning. Are you shitting me?
What?
Lights off like that? It's 16 degrees. Let's go to the gas station and find some tape and zip ties. Alrighty, we've got gas in the tank. We've got oil in the other tank. I put tape on the window. It's probably going to fly off immediately since duct tape doesn't stick when it's frozen. It makes me feel better. I also took that piece of string and took it off the air dam door thing that I put it on before. And I moved it to the inline valve and tried to tie that thing all the way open. Really hoping it works, because I would love to warm up at some point today. Come on, little car, I believe you. We only got exactly 1,201 miles left to go. Let's do it. Alright, it's... I don't know if I'd say heat, but it ain't cold. This is a big help. I don't have a draft on me. It was literally windy all the way here last night and 21 degrees. With that, I hopped on Route 191 and continued on for the next 357 miles. Welcome to New Mexico! It's going to get really boring for the next 6 to 8 hours. Despite my best efforts with the heater, it was clear it was not working, and this was going to be a pretty cold drive home. I can't feel my toes! After what seemed like eons, the sun finally came out and warmed up the interior of the car, just in time for me to have to pull off and add oil. Oh, she's making a bit of noise again. Not really picking up pressure on diesel. I think what this was I was running out of oil, so let's pull off and put some more in. Note to self, take the Lucas into the hotel with you tonight. I don't think I've ever seen more accurate advertising that extends engine life and keep that engine alive, because that is exactly what this stuff is doing. We were 3 quarts low. I think she was starting to suck on some shit in the bottom of the pan, or run out of oil entirely because it wasn't able to drain back fast enough. Put a bunch of that in, 2 quarts of 2050. Let's see how far we make it this time. Alright, let's get some more pan winner. Off the gas. Hey, climb. Alright. So I guess that's just the second time on this trip that I ran out of oil in the motor. So I had 2 instances of oil starvation for this, on top of the fact that it drives around with 18 PSI. This is honestly incredible that this engine is still on. As I leaped my way across New Mexico, I became more comfortable with the car and put on some speed. Going down a good hill back there, and I've been, pushing this thing pretty good today, and I finally found where it likes to cruise. I found that my timing advance comes in around 75 miles an hour. There's a spot where the car labors less. It seems to actually enjoy going this speed versus lower speeds. That's because my timing advance is finally coming in. Of a little engine noise, a little rattly, tappy, tap, tap, the top half. At least I'm telling myself it's the top half. Recently, my solution to that has been turn the music up a little bit and just focus on that mileage number going down. Because even if she does pop, the closer to home, the cheaper it is to get it the rest of the way there. She's got fuel. She's got the back half of that jug in there. The dipstick, when I pulled it out to check it, it looked like it was just pure Lucas. It like did that long stringy thing. So 36, 234 on a full tank. The next gas stop, I'm gonna do some math and see what our mileage is. Still doing just fine. John from Golden Rooster Bus just sent me a snap saying, I don't understand how that's alive. That thing's got 2 feet in the grave and a gun to its head. Being the one driving the car, it's more like it's up to its knees in the grave, 2 rounds to the head, but it's too high on meth to die. So the question I should be asking you guys is, what do we do with the wagon? I want mine redoing the interior, getting a hood. If anyone has a really clean hood, by the way, especially in Iowa, please let me know. But yeah, I'd like to redo the exterior, interior, obviously driveline, and have just a beautiful cruiser for power tour. And the other question, of course, is what do we do with the engine if it makes it all the way home? Besides, of course, the trash can. I think we take it apart and inspect it and see how bad it really is. Because this thing is an anomaly. Freaking 351 Windsors, I tell you. What a motor. Finally, 357 miles later, I am getting
Oh, I have to charge this up a little.
339, then turn left onto State Route 88.
Alright,
Charge this up
let's
a
see
little.
what's this way.
Charge this up.
Never mind. Freaking Google keeps changing my route to go through Wichita. I don't want to go through Wichita. I want to stay down south where it's warm until I have to go up there. Damn it, Google.
Next left onto Key County Road 64.
It's not a road. Google, I swear, if you just sent me down someone's driveway without reverse. Oh, shit. I might be able to whip around right here. I don't know. Please tell me this does go through. Oh, it does? Question mark?
We found a faster route, US 54 East and I-35 North, which saves 30 minutes.
Sorry, I'm turning around in your yard. Just disregard this ever happened. And I'm out of here. Screw you, Google. And of course, it's changing it again. I'm not going that way. It's cold. No!
We found a faster route,
No!
US 50.
Stop changing it! I'm not going through Nebraska! Let's see if we get this right, Google. I'm gonna get on. It's gonna tell me to do a U-turn and get back off and drive to Nebraska, which I refuse to do.
In 1,000 feet, merge onto I-40 East.
Oh, gotta figure it out this time, huh? Yeah, a little higher, flatter. Come on, third gear, and we're back into it.
Continue on I-40 East for 112 miles.
That's pretty fun. Yeah, it's down to 357. Let's do more. No,
We
no.
found a faster
No.
route.
Stop it. Alright, we approach 1,000 miles right now. It started around 4:15. And there's 4:14 right there. Oil pressure's down a little bit again. It's not really wanting to do the whole rise.
It's like 2 o'clock. It's like 2:30 already. Wow, I've been busy working on this shit.
Throw some more Lucas in it. Keep trucking. 417 minus 234. 183 miles divided by 1.4. We're in 16 miles a gallon in this thing. I'll take that. I mean, the oil usage is offsetting any gas savings we're having, but that's part of it. There's that tank. Let me fill that tank. The oil went down pretty good. It's crazy to think I'm dumping this in and it's coming out that color as fast as it's going in. Okay, we got gas, we got oil, I got something to drink. He took a pee. Something tells me we're not going to make Kansas City tonight. Something being math. So I'm going to shoot for Joplin. That puts me within like 6 hours of home. And the snow starts tomorrow around 2. If I go farther than Joplin, awesome. If I don't, I'm probably going to want to be dead by then anyway, because it's still 561 miles away. It's 8 hours. 8 hours. I've been driving for like, I left before 7 and it's almost 2. But it's 7 hours ago. How do I make it 5 hours and 7? Old cars, man. There's a time warp around them. Takes you 3 times longer to do anything.
Time warp.
Alright, let's get this show on the road. From that point, I put down the throttle and the camera to make up some time. A couple 100 miles later, I crossed into Texas and I stopped to refill the oil and mess with the heater valve again. Hey, wait a minute. There's a frickin' hole in the airbox. Alright, get the tape. So I've been able to find zip ties all day, but I found a rubber band and that duct tape from earlier. Maybe wind goes this way and in. There's the blower motor's way over here. I don't know if this is supposed to be open or closed. This one never, well, it was like half and half. I don't know anything. Not great. We go to 4. High, low. The cable moves. I took the thing out. Checked, and everything moves just fine, but it just stalls. Eventually, I gave up on the HVAC and hit the road once again as the sun started to set. One thing I found interesting about this car, despite it essentially being a 1970 Galaxy, is the fact that there was very little information for these online. I don't know if these are uncommon and no one owns them or what, but I could never find a wiring diagram, any information on the HVAC, pretty much nothing. Either way, I soldiered eastward through the night into Oklahoma.
Ford advertises everything.
250 miles left to Joplin. I'm just cold and tired, so I'm just get this done. This sucks. Holy shit, at Casey's. Oh, I haven't seen one of those in a week. It was good to be nowhere near home, but in the middle of the country.
Burger King.
Burger King is better than McDonald's by like 67 miles, and I will fight someone. After warming up in the Burger King during supper, I got back in the cold car and headed towards Joplin. Man, I really thought I could make it to Joplin without doing oil again, but got to stop at a toll booth and the pressure didn't come back up, so she's empty. Get the bucket out. After finishing off the third bottle of Lucas, I hit the road once again and finally crossed into Missouri. 3 more miles and I gotta go to bed. I'm so excited. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the outskirts of Joplin, Missouri. There's a hotel right next to a gas station, and that's where I'm going, because they've got a lot of parking where you don't need reverse. And then I can just get up in the morning, fill this bitch up with oil and gas, and hit the road to try to beat this snowstorm. We are at 136,989 miles, which, let me do math. I think that's 1,500 miles. It is. So that being said, I'm just going to park this, shut it off, get a hotel room, and we'll see you guys in like 5 hours.
Starting this afternoon, there's an expectation that there will be delays from this storm starting to show up potentially in the Denver area.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final day. This is it. This is for all the marbles. I've already got the Lucas in the car. I'm going to go gas up, and we're going to hammer down and get this thing home. It's currently about 7 a.m., and I want to be home by 2 because that's when the whiteout blizzard conditions start up north. Right now, not bad. 27 degrees outside, totally manageable. As soon as I hit the Iowa border, single digits, and it's only getting worse. So I'm going to fill this son of a bitch up, and let's get out of here. Also, look at that oil smell. You can tell where it was blowing in the wind. Holy shit. Keeping life, but refusing to die. Alright, I got her overfilled on oil. Got 388 miles to go, which means I'll have to fill up for oil and gas once again. But for now, we're full on gas. Odometer's currently at 36,990. After driving all night, let's get the hell out of here. On the road again. I can't wait to soon be freezing. As I'm headed home as a frigid, I can't wait to be on the road again.
Better route available.
What? No, we're not doing this again. I am not going to Nebraska. As the odometer rolled over 37,000 miles, I finally turned north. 130 miles. Let's go. Oh shit! It's the first sighting.
DD.
Tradition at this point.
EE.
Get a little schmutz on you there. It's worse now. Alright, I'm pulling up to a farm and home store. It is freaking cold out, and it's getting colder. And I'm to the point that I'm sick of it. And beyond that, it's going to be downright dangerous when I get to Iowa. If something were to happen, like I went into a ditch and whatnot, I wouldn't have the ability to sit in my warm car until help got there. I'd be freezing the whole time. So I'm gonna run inside and find a solution. And some clothes. Probably some clothes too. Alright, well that was one of the coolest farm stores I've ever been to. They had everything, and I mean everything. And a lot of it was on sale. So that was good. Got myself a hat, coat, some gloves, and of course, a solution. Unfortunately, I should have seen this coming. Apparently there's a shortage on propane, and I can't find a damn tank. Let's see if I can find some on the road. Let's get moving. I'm slowly turning into homeless Dave from Roadkill. The only thing I need is a blanket, which I also got. Picking up a car from California original roadkill videos so much more now. They're always overheating because their cooling systems are junk because no one runs coolant. They're always freezing because the door seals and everything are gone and the heater cores don't work. And they would drive for weeks on end to get to any effects because they were on the opposite coast of so much stuff. This trip has been like being in one of the original 25 episodes of Roadkill. It's been an experience. I'm ready to go home. Also, I think this is a youth hat because it's squeezing my head way too tight. After a quick stop at Menards in Kansas City, I grabbed some propane and then filled up with gas and oil once again before hitting the road. Every last drop of Lucas I have in it, and I think another quart or two of 2050 as well. I can still use a little more. Are you kidding? I put in like 4 quarts. This is it. This is the last jug. I'm not buying more 2050. Yes. Yes. I finally have heat in the car.
Isn't that like illegal?
Don't do this at home, kids. Alright, 3 hours and 40 minutes home. Let's get it done. This is instantly so much better in here.
Isn't that dangerous?
The fence sides. Oh my god. There it is. Interstate 35. Stay on this for 190 miles and we're finally home.
DD. DD, one mile.
Remove exit. As I approached the Iowa border 100 miles south of Des Moines, our temperatures and pressures were looking great. I had the heater rolling. The door seals were so rotten they supplied plenty of fresh air, and it was finally starting to feel like I was going to pull this off. 31 miles into Iowa, I was really hoping that it would last and I could make it all the way home without having to get out because it's cold as shit outside. But nope. Pressure dropped again with beats around the 2 quarts or whatever in the pan, so I gotta stop and fill her up. Damn it. Had I known oil consumption was going to get this bad, Jesus, I probably would have taken a little more time in California and fixed that front main. Not gonna lie. That is all I have left, 3 quarts. So let's just dump that in and get out of here. Also, look, while we're here, just check out how much oil this engine has swung. Like, it is unfathomable. Wait for it. Now, let's look at the ground. It's been here for 4 minutes, maybe. It's worse than when I got it. It's all wet now.
It's gonna freeze.
It is insane.
This...
There's oil in the rear tire. How does that happen? Look at the trunk. Like, look at the back. It's just oil, the whole thing. It's supposed to be white, like the roof. It's the same color. Alright, there we go. That's the last jug. Into the pile.
Damn, son!
You can't even see the single quarts anymore. Alright.
Cut this off soon. This thing's almost dead. This thing's almost... Speak English! Don't speak gibberish. That's gibberish, not English.
You can see we're seeing the first snow of the entire trip since Alex back in Arizona, which is a wild sentence. And for once, I'm not worried about driving a classic from the south in the salt. This sumbitch is so well undercoated, it will never rust in its life. It is just oil under the whole car. So we're good. We're about 60 miles left. Let's put the hammer down one last time, listen to that valve crane hammer away, and get home. I'm so excited. There it is, the last section of interstate. Oh boy. It's been like 1,960 miles somehow. I don't know how that happened. But regardless, we're here. This is it. This is the exit. I'm not going to show you people because you're weird and someone will show up in my house. But just know, I'm getting off the interstate finally. Whee! A little bit of back road left, and I'll be home. Also not going to show you that.
Whee! 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 Hi, honey, I'm home. Whee!
What's up, Boop? Hey, Gabby. Look, you don't need to reverse to drive all the way from California. Now I'm ready to drive right back to town. Well, I'm gonna park this so I can go inside.
Okay.
Okay.
Whee! Oh, that is healthy.